Emily, and it's Fire Prevention Week, so I'm going to take you guys through a day in the life of a Greater Eagle firefighter.
I like showing up early on the first day of shift. It gives me a chance to set up my gear so I'm ready for the day and prepared in case we get a call.
Our firefighters work what we call 4896s. That means they come in and they're on duty for 48 hours straight, 2 days, and then they get 4 days off straight. This gives us 3 different shifts. We have A shift, B shift, and C shift. And then we also have a couple part-time firefighters that will plug in where they're needed or add an extra firefighter onto our engine.
Yeah, and then we also had a cardiac arrest last night. So I'd like to report on to you that the AED on the truck is a loaner. Everything else has been replaced.
The AED. You used it?
We used the AED, so it had to get refurbed and cleaned up.
Shock?
No shock advised.
Oh, hey guys, I'm Firefighter Greg, and today I'm going to show you what I do in the morning. The first thing I do is I put all my gear on the truck and make sure that it's all together and all right so that in case we get a call, I'm ready to go. Follow me. We always make sure that our gear is right with our truck, with our engine, so that if we get a call, we have all of our stuff together and we can get right on the truck and go. So I put my jacket right here with my radio, and I have my pants right there ready to go. And then up here I'll show you my helmet and my mask and my SCBA. So I always like to check my SCBA, which is what lets us breathe if we're in a fire or any kind of hazardous environment. So we're going to turn it on. We know we've got air, and we know that our low air alarm is working. And then we have another tool in here called a pass alarm. And if for some reason I got hurt in a fire, it would help other firefighters find me. So that'll go off when we don't move it. And while we're checking that, I'll also check my mask. So I'll pull my mask out, just look at it, make sure it's not damaged, and then I'll take a couple breaths out of it. Just like that, we know that our pass device is working. We can shake it to turn it off, and I know that my mask is working. So now I know that all of my gear is ready to go for the day.
Each shift has a certain truck that they need to check every time they come to work. This is engine 9, and B shift today is going to be doing their truck check. That's where they get a chance to go through everything thoroughly and make sure everything's in working order and it's going to operate properly for them in case they need to use it on one of their calls.
right, as you saw, we pulled the engine out, and when we arrived on our simulated fire to practice, we engaged our hydraulic pump, our hydraulic equipment, a generator, a water pump, and all of our lighting from the cab. Get out, make sure we have our PPE on. We wear helmets just like bicycle riders and mountain climbers and skiers. We have firefighter helmets. Here we control the water flow. With the RPMs on the engine, we can have more or less water flowing through different outlets. This you saw controls our light tower, and that's something we check today. Both the pump and our light tower we check on the weekly at the very least. And it's a useful tool. It lights things up like a stadium. We have lights on the outside of the truck for, with the push of a button, we can light up around the truck, but the stadium lights, they're really helpful for a scene if we need to light up a whole home's yard in the area around it. Here's the keys to the city. Typical tools of a firefighter. These we take for car crashes and fires and everything you can imagine. It's kind of a comfort zone for us, and has been very helpful for our community. I think you saw Firefighter Gibbons with the extrication equipment, cutters, spreaders, a ram. These are hydraulically pre-plumbed into engine 9 in this situation. We have a reach of about 80 feet, which reaches most things. And when they don't reach, we use electric tools and a portable pump. We saw Firefighter Gibbons with the chainsaws and a cutoff saw. So we can solve some problems with those things, and we test them every week. Firefighter Gibbons, you want to take over from the back of the truck? Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, so in here we've got a little bit more stuff that we use for extrication. We could use these, they're called airbags. We could use them to lift a car or any other really heavy object that we couldn't lift ourselves. Up here we've got a couple of ladders. So if we need to get onto the roof of a building or the second story of a house or anywhere above the ground, we could use those to get up there. And then lastly back here we have the most important thing on a fire truck, all of our fire hose. We have a couple different size hoses back here and a lot of it. Coming over to this side, in here we've got some technical rescue equipment. So we've got a lot of ropes and harnesses and carabiners, lots of things if we need to get someone up a hill or out of a tricky spot. We've also got a little ladder in here, which helps with tighter spaces if we need a ladder in a tighter space. Moving on, we've got some more hose. This hose we use for wildland fires. So these are called progressive packs, and we can use them to get further away from the truck than we would normally need to go. And there's about 200 feet of hose in each pack. Some fire extinguishers, I think you know what these are for. And then in here we've got some extra air bottles. So these go in our SCBA packs. If we use up our whole bottle, we can come outside, get another one, and have a whole full bottle. Moving on to this compartment, has a little bit of a random assortment of things. We call it a junction box. So just like you have power outlets at your house, this has a bunch of power outlets on it that you can use to power our Sawzall or other various tools. Even more fire hose. This one we call it an apartment pack. So we can use this if we need to get further away from the truck. We can use some bigger hoses to feed this. And then we have our smaller hoses that are more maneuverable inside. We've got a vent fan, so we can use this to push all the smoke out of your house after a fire. And lastly, what we call our RIT pack. So this is what we use if unfortunately a firefighter gets hurt. We can use this to help get them out. Moving on, we've got inside the cab. I'll show you a couple things. We've got our medical bag. So this has all the tools we need if someone at your house is sick or hurt. We have things to help with broken bones, or if someone's having a hard time breathing, we can give them some extra oxygen. We keep this thermal imaging camera, so you can look through it, and it's kind of like a camera, except it sees heat signatures. So we could see a person through some thick smoke or at night. And lastly, the most important thing on our fire truck is toilet paper.
Hi, my name is Damian Cho. I'm here with Chris Shannon with Eagle Fire. We're here at the Senior Center lunch handout, offering fire safety messages to the public and the seniors here at the Senior Center.
We're going to do a reverse 911 to let everyone involved so letting them know the direction.
Come on, Gibbons! 10 more! Let's go! 10 more! 10 more! Here at Eagle Fire, we take fitness very serious. Throughout your career, you'll be doing lots of fitness, so you're ready for the incident. Come on! 10 more! Gibbons, over here! Get on the mark! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! 20 more! 20 more! Let's go! As fast as we can go!
That's coming up. This is like 50% of Firehouse talk this time of year.
I've been doing the no shave stuff the past couple months.
West of this address, there's a 40 by 60 area on fire with about 6-foot flames. We've had 2 RPs now calling in stating they're getting their hoses and heading over. They've advised to keep themselves safe.
Negative, trying to get a little more time between.
Fail 650 on ES1. But do you look for any locals for 2-8?
Yeah, Chip's good.
Keep safe.
scene. I'll be assuming command. We're gonna call this prospect command. The fire is in sage. 5-foot flame lengths. Approximately 1/4 of an acre. Potential of fire growth is vast. Contained between 2 roads. We have BLM, Eagle PD, Sheriff's Department.
When we arrived on scene, we had 5 to 10 foot flame lengths in the sage. We were able to use a strategy which is called anchor, flank, and pitch, which is essentially we deployed a hose line, we anchored off a point over there by the brush truck, as you can see, and then we attacked the fire and subsequently extinguished it.
Just like you guys all do chores at home, cleaning the bathroom, cleaning your room, picking up everything around the house, our firefighters have to do chores at the station to make sure we keep it clean.
That console's so hot right now.
See that?
So each shift we spend at least an hour of training. The reason why we do it is so we're ready for when the real thing happens. If we don't train, we won't be successful.
Well, thank you for a good day, boys.
Yeah, it was really productive.
Put all of our advertisements in Texas.
Yeah. Oh, this looks amazing. Shifty?
Sure, I'll take one.
What you need? What you need?
Surprise me.
Ooh, a surprise. Pat?
I'm alright.
Thank you. I'm going green. Green's on that end. Motel?
I'll take one tonight.
See you. It's one of your fancy beverages. Guys, there's enough cheese here for each of us to have 3 pieces.
Tough one, huh? Yeah. Well, hey, man, it's been a long day. I'm gonna go get some rest.
Alright, buddy.